Great. Thank you, Mr. Augustin. Augustin Pena has been an active leader in his community for many years. A San Diego native, raised in the City Heights community, Pena earned his bachelor's degree in psychology at San Diego State University. He mentored and tutored youth of all ages, where he worked as a substitute teacher in juvenile hall. After co-founding Power Mentor, a local nonprofit aimed at helping inner-city youth achieve their academic goals, Pena organized Yosemite camping trips for youth in his community. He also shares his personal experiences with middle school, high school, and incarcerated youth. Recently, Pena was recognized by the San Diego Business Journal as one of 2014's emerging leaders. He is still currently helping serve his community, working as a deputy district attorney. Thank you. And give him a warm welcome.
Focus on being positive. What does that mean? When I think of that, I think of the saying that the pessimist sees every difficulty and every opportunity, but the optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. That means that we're going to come across several matters, several circumstances and situations in our lives. And that can take us one way, or that can take us another. Ultimately, it's up to each one of us as individuals to make that choice. You see, it's easy to stay home when the weather's not ideal and it's raining and it's cold on a Saturday morning and watch television. It's easy to do that, but it's not easy to drag yourself out of bed after a long week of work, after a long week of heavy rain, school, a long, hard day at the office, and come here on a Saturday. It's not easy to do that. But see, we're all here for a reason. For a positive reason, for growth, for development, for learning. Because we know that what we do today is going to matter 5 or 10 years from now. Focus on yourself. What does that mean? I'm not saying be selfish. I'm not saying don't care about others, be greedy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying when I say focus on yourself is focus on this. Developing yourself. Learning. Growing. Becoming a better man. A better woman. A better person. Because that will matter down the road. It all goes back to the decisions that we make today and how they're going to impact us and change our lives down the road. Decisions is one of the underlying key components of today's presentation. And making the right choice. But see, circumstances aren't always ideal. They're not always in our favor. So making the right choice is probably even more important in those situations. Let me ask you this. What do you do when you come across an obstacle, some sort of situation, and you want to do the right thing, but it's just so hard? It's the easy thing is to not do the right thing and do something else or go somewhere else. That's when true character shows. When you come across these situations where they test your character and your integrity, and yet you still do the right thing. What do we do in those situations? One of the key defining moments in my life was in 2007. That's when my reality was essentially flipped upside down, inside out, and I was faced with a choice. And that choice would have taken me either one way or the other. A little background on me that's not in the bio. I did grow up in City Heights, and if you know anything about City Heights, it's known as the United Nations of San Diego. Why? Because it's so diverse. You have people from Mexico, Honduras, Somalia, Ethiopia, Korea, refugees, marred with gang violence, with drugs, crime. A lot of us here aren't strangers to that environment. A lot of us, in fact, grew up in that environment. Again, we go back to choices and choices we make. So having grown up in that environment, I was not the best kid in school. I was suspended. I was kicked out. I almost failed and dropped out of high school. Why? Because see, at that age, I didn't see myself going to college, going to law school, because people in my community, people in City Heights, they didn't do that. We grew up to be construction workers, landscapers. Those are not bad jobs. Those are hardworking, blue-collar jobs. But that was the limitation that I was placed, whether it was placed on me or that I placed on myself. So I saw no future in college. And if there was no future in college, why focus on high school? It's not important. If I make it, great. If I don't, oh well. Imagine going through high school with that mentality. So eventually, it catches up to me. My senior year. Okay, it's first day. I go and get my schedule. I'll never forget the day. The schedules are laid out. And I go in and I get my schedule. And it's actually a sheet of paper that says, go see your counselor. And at the time I'm thinking, geez, it's the first day of class. And I'm already getting in trouble? Okay, so I go see my counselor, and she sits me down and she says, look, at the rate you're going, you're not going to graduate. So she breaks it to me. She tells me I'm not going to graduate, and that's when it hits me. I think of my family. I think of my siblings. Then I think to myself, okay, I have to make some changes. My friends were on a different page. They were and still are in gangs. They went a different route. But see, there was something that kind of woke up inside me, and I said, I cannot be the way that they are. I want to be something different. So I worked hard. I studied. I went to night school after high school to make up the credits that I had lost all 3 years. So I did all that. I managed to graduate on time. Turned 18. And I was out in the real world. So I finished that obstacle. I started developing this kind of positive approach to things. And I started realizing something within myself, that if you really wanted to get something, you really wanted to accomplish it, you can do it. So I started to think positively. I started to see these obstacles no longer as obstacles, but rather opportunities. My failures were no longer negative things in my life. They were learning experiences. And instead of shying away and fearing my failures, guess what? I embraced them. And I learned from them, and I grew. And I grew, and I developed. Went to City College, transferred to San Diego State. I was on my way to law school. Things were looking great. I was a junior at San Diego State in 2007. August, I get a phone call. Lying in bed, middle of a Sunday night. Phone call wakes me up, and the other person on the line screaming. Horribly, screaming, crying. Who is this? And after a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes of kind of calming down a little bit, I realize it's my mom. What happened? What's wrong? Tell me what's going on. And she tells me in this broken, crying, suffering voice, the kind of voice that none of us here would ever want to hear our moms speaking. She tells me that my brother had been shot. I'm like, whoa. Okay, I mean, what happened? What's going on? Where is he? Where are you guys? I mean, I'm flooded with all these questions. So she says, we're at the hospital. We're here now. Come over. You should be here. So, okay. I remember lying in bed. And I remember thinking to myself, this doesn't happen to us. This doesn't happen to people we know in our lives. This happens to people on the news, maybe our neighbors. But it doesn't happen in our lives. Or so I thought.